الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين أما بعد. Tolga, get going.
وعن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال.
Alright, okay, let's stop here for a second. Start with the beginning. عن أبي هريرة. Explain to us what's happening there.
وعن حرف جر.
Yes.
أبي مضاف.
Yes.
And هريرة مضاف إليه.
Okay, مضاف إليه. Is there anything particular about هريرة?
I don't know.
What does that look like?
A fatha.
Yeah. Why would it be a fatha?
ممنوع من الصرف.
ممنوع من الصرف. Yes, exactly. All right.
So هريرة.
عن أبي هريرة. Yes, correct.
Okay.
رضي الله تعالى عنه عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. So far so good. Continue. قال
من صام رمضان إيمانا واحتسابا غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه.
Yes. Okay, so good. Let's start with the beginning.
من It's not اسم استفهام here,
no,
is it?
No, it's not. Very good. It's not اسم استفهام, as a matter of fact. Okay, translate the sentence in English and it will become clearer for you. Tolga, are you there?
Sorry, bro, I was on mute. Who fasts, or whoever fasts?
Whoever. Okay, good. Whoever. That's what it is. Whoever. So here, man, what does it express?
What does it express?
Yes.
Would there be emphasis?
La. Condition. Whoever does this, he'll get that. All right. Yes. So this is the condition, what we call in Arabic shart. This is the shart, and this is the jawabu shart, what comes in response to fulfilling the condition. Right. So here the man is shartiya. It has the function of expressing a condition.
Yep.
Okay, so continue.
Sama, fasts.
Yes. In Arabic, break it down. What is it? Explain to us.
It's a fi'l.
Yes. What kind of fi'l?
Sama. It's fi'l mudari. It's not madi, is it? No, it's not. فعل مضارع.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
You really?
It's not a present verb.
No, it's not. Sama. What's the mudari' of Sama?
I don't know.
صام يصوم. صام is a فعل ماضي.
Whoever fasted Ramadan.
Yeah, but it's still, I mean, the function is still the same. It's like we would translate it in English, whoever fasts Ramadan. Right? But in Arabic, it's because in order to make it general, all right, leave that aside. Let's go into ilm al-ma'ani. That's a bit complicated and also a bit beyond my level. Let's stick to this right now. Just fi'l madi. Okay?
Yeah.
So if we have a fi'l, what do we need to have?
The fa'il.
Mm-hmm.
Ramadan. Whoever fasts Ramadan. It's not there.
All right. So where is it?
It's mustatir.
Damir mustatir. All right. Okay. So now Ramadan. What's that?
مفعول به.
Remember last lesson?
مفعول فيه.
Yes, مفعول فيه, which is the ظرف. Right? ظرف. All right.
ظرف. Here it's not. Is it a time? It's a time, right?
Yeah. Okay. So مفعول الظرف. Then
إيمانا.
what does it mean? Like in English, how would you translate that?
Whoever fasts Ramadan إيمانا. Belief. Iman.
Iman is belief. Yes. Faith.
Faith.
Yes.
Whoever fasts Ramadan with faith.
With faith, yes. That's quite good, yeah. Or we could say out of faith.
Out of faith.
Right? He's fasting out of faith. Okay? Not out of, being compelled to do so, or, just to go along with the people or whatever.
Right.
Out of faith. Okay?
Yeah.
And then wahtisaban.
Wahtisaban. I don't know this word.
Okay. Can you see a word inside of that word? Like what letters do you see that could make up a word that's a bit simpler than this one?
Ihsan? No.
Yes.
Ihsan.
No. That has a ba at the end. That would be ihtisanan. Here we have a ba.
Yeah.
Where are the three letters that come from the original word? Try and find the three letters.
Ha.
Yes.
Ta. I don't know.
No, it's ha, sa, ba. Hasiba.
Hasiba.
Yeah, what is hasiba? Hasiba is from al-hisab. What's al-hisab?
Your scales or something.
Hisab? No, that's mizan, the scales. Wazn and mizan. Hisab is calculation. Right? Hasiba yahsabu hisaban. Right? Then okay, so we were saying, so that is hasiba yahsabu. Let's make another page, write this down. Hasiba يحسب حسابا. Right? Then we have, so those are our three letters from the original wazn, the original scale of the word, which would be فعل يفعل, and then فعلا, which in this case here is فعالا. But let's just keep it this way. Okay. Now on another scale we have افتعل يفتعل افتعالا. All right. So we see that our fa, before it came an alif. So before the ha we need an alif, and after the fa we have a ta. So between the ha and the sin we need a ta. So that gives us احتسب. In the مضارع يحتسب رم مصدر احتسابا. What happened? احتسابا. All right. So we see that this word here is what we say in Arabic mushtaq, is derivated from the word hasiba. So somewhere the meaning must be connected to this original meaning here, which is calculating, expecting, something like that. So ihtasaba yahtasibu, that is, it has the meaning of expectation and in a way hope, right? Like in the ayah وَيَرْزُقُهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ, and Allah will give him from where he had not expected or even hoped for. All right. So in our hadith here, what's the meaning of al-ihtisab? Al-ihtisab in the Sharia, it means hoping for the reward with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the meaning of this sentence here is whoever fasts Ramadan out of faith and hoping for its reward. So obviously hoping for the reward, I mean, you might tell yourself, who would fast without hoping for a reward? Of course, if he's sincere. Maybe people might be fasting out of riyah or out of just like following their own people, etc. That's one thing. But if you're fasting out of faith, how would you not hope for a reward? Well, if we ponder a little bit about this meaning of ihtisab, there are kind of implications to hoping for the reward. And we should think of when you're doing some difficult task in the dunya, but you know that right after this task there is something joyful awaiting you. How do you perform this task? Do you perform it like you're fed up and it's all, and I got to get through this again, and I know what, and I don't feel like it, and I'm not up for it, etc. No, we see that when you have this ihtisab for what comes after it, you're in a certain mood, in a certain mental state when you're doing this deed. So this brings me then to the i'rab of these two words. What's the i'rab in the sentence? We see it's mansoob, but what's the function in the sentence? Saad, any input? Are you there, Saad?
احتسابا.
Yeah, ihtisaban. Imanan wa ihtisaban. What's the i'rab of these two words?
It's mansoob.
It's mansoob, yes. Why? What's the mawqi' in the sentence? The function, if you want.
مفعول به is mansoob.
This is not the maf'ulun bih. You're not fasting faith. You're fasting out of faith. You're fasting in a state of faith. You're fasting in a state of ihtisab, hoping for the reward. That's the way you fast. That's not what you fast.
So it's related to man.
Yeah. It's related to man and to sama. Because when you have a maf'ul, when you have a mansub, it must be linked somehow to the fi'l. Because the fi'l is what makes things mansub. With a few exceptions, of course, like huruf inna, la'alla, etc. Tolga, any idea?
No, man.
No? Alright. Okay, Juan. The i'rab of these two words here is hal. Hal. What's the meaning of hal?
Condition.
The condition, yeah, or the state, the situation. Yani in what state or in what condition is he fasting? Right? The definition of hal is that it's a word that clarifies the way in which something is done. For example, if we say جاء محمد راكبا, Muhammad came, or let's say ماشيا. That's easier to translate. جاء محمد ماشيا. He came walking, or he came on foot, as we would say in English. So this on foot or walking, mashiyan, this clarifies how Muhammad came. The action is coming. But how did he come? What status, what condition was he in coming? Mashiyan, he came on foot. Alright? So here we see that imanan wa ihtisaban clarifies how this action of sama has to be performed in order for this condition here to be fulfilled. Alright? So it's not just man sama Ramadan ghufira lahu ma taqaddama min dhanbi. No, there is here a hal that narrows the siyam to these two things. It's not just any siyam, it has to be a siyam out of iman and ihtisab. غُفِرَ لَهُ مَا تَقَدَّمَ مِنْ ذَنْبِهِ. Alright, so this is also what we call in usul al-fiqh at-taqyid, which means that if we just say man sama Ramadan, that is whoever fasts Ramadan. Here is general. Whoever fasts Ramadan, alright, whether it be, riya'an, out of just doing what your people are doing, out of customs, traditions, etc. Or like we see nowadays, we have, people from the kuffar who, have sympathy for the Muslims, and they say, oh, we want to do like them, we want to be in the mood like them, and feel what it feels like, etc. If it wasn't for these two words here in this hadith, these people would have been included in this meaning. However, we see that this hadith has restrained fasting to a specific condition, which is fasting out of faith and hope for reward, and with everything that implies. So that is the condition. Then let's continue reading. Saad, continue reading.
I have a doubt. Hal is always mansub?
Hal is always mansub, yes. I mean, there is a hal غير صحيح, which is actually a fi'l mudari'. We could say, for example, here, if we were to say that man sama ramadanan yu'minu billahi wa yahtasibu al-ajr. Right? So in this case here, it's actually iman and wahtisaban, but we have changed it from an ism to a fi'l. Alright? That's what we call hal ghair sarih. But other than that, yes, the hal is mansub.
Okay. Man sama ramadana imanan wa ihtisaban ghufira lahu ma taqaddama min dhanbihi.
Yes. غفر
غفر is فعل ماضي مجهول.
مبني للمجهول.
Okay. فعل ماضي مبني للمجهول.
مبني للمجهول. Very good. Okay, very good. So we have a فعل.
غفر.
غفر, yes. So when we say مبني للمجهول, there must be a نائب فاعل, something that replaces the فاعل. Okay, let's quickly look at that. If we say, for example, ضرب زيد عمرا, and then we change it to مبني للمجهول, it's going to be ضرب عمرو. ضرب عمرو. Amr has a wow that is not pronounced. That's just to make the differentiation between Amr and Umar. Umar does not have a wow. But because if it wasn't for the wow, they would be written exactly the same without tashkil. So, in this first sentence, Tolga, can you break down this sentence for us?
ضرب زيد عمرا. ضرب فعل. زيد فاعل,
yes.
and عمرا مفعول به.
مفعول به. Okay. So now we see that مفعول به, it's منصوب. Now we see that when we make it مبني للمجهول, عمرو becomes مرفوع. Does that mean that Amr is the fa'il?
It's the same person or what?
Is he the fa'il of duriba?
Yes.
Yes?
Was it? No.
No, it can't be fa'il because fa'il, it literally means the one who's doing the action, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So this one here, we call him na'ib fa'il. What does that mean? He's the one who's replacing the fa'il. Why is that? Well, from a nahu perspective, if we look at it technically, he fulfills the function of the fa'il in the sentence, right? He's the one that the verb refers to, and he's marfu'. So this action is related to him, but he's not the one doing it. So we cannot call him a fa'il because he's not doing it. So the naib fa'il is originally our maf'ulun bihi made marfu' in the case of fi'l mabni lil majhul. All right. So what's originally the maf'ul bih becomes naib fa'il. So my question is, in this sentence right here, غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه. Sa'ad, where is the naib fa'il? Sa'ad, you there?
Yes.
Yes. Sa'ad.
غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه. ضمير مستتر؟
No. No. Okay, what's the meaning of غفر?
It means, say, forgiven.
Forgiven. Okay. طيب Sa'ad, what is forgiven in life?
غفر له means ما تقدم من ذنبه, the sins.
Yes, the sins is forgiven. So do we have anything in our sentence here that looks like that? Tolga, any input?
Anything that looks like sins, did you say?
I mean, you know, what's naib fa'il in this sentence? What is forgiven?
ذنبه. I don't know what this word means.
Dhambun, yes, is a sin. However, dhanbihi is after harfu jar, so that cannot be naib fa'il because as we have seen, naib fa'il is marfu', comes after the fi'l mabni lil majhul.
The only thing I would له the ضمير.
La, same thing. Who is a damir? What about the lam here? What is the lam?
It's harf jar as well.
Harf jar as well, yes. Alright. Ikhwan, what's this word here?
Ma.
Nice for Nat.
Again, Saad?
Nat for Natur.
A nat?
For describing more.
No. This is mawsul. It's a mawsul in this case. Right? It's not nafi or istifham. Here it is mawsul. ما تقدم, whatever has preceded min dhanbihi, from his sins. It's a bit like if you're saying غفر له الذي تقدم من ذنبه. Forgiven is what has preceded, the one that has preceded from his sins. Like what has preceded from his sins. Right? Like all his past sins, whatever is from the past, that's forgiven. Not the future sins, only the past ones. Is that clear, Ikhwan?
So, غفر. What is the original fa'il? Who is the original fa'il?
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we were to change this sentence, we would say as follows. We would say غفر الله ما تقدم من ذنبه. Alright, so here we have غفر فعل ماضي, لفظ الجلالة فاعل, ما here اسم موصول, that's the مفعول به. Alright, and this is the silatul mawsul. Meaning that, you know, meaning wise, the maf'ul bih includes all of this. Allah forgives what has preceded from the slave's sins. Right? But here in the sentence, lafdul jalala was removed. So we came to mabni lil majhul, and the ma, which here was the maf'ul bihi, became the naib fa'il. Right.
What's lahu?
Lahu.
Who's it referring to again?
Okay, it's the lahu. That's a good question. 1 second. Lahu goes back to man sama Ramadana imanan wa ihtisaban.
Okay.
Will be forgiven from him whatever has preceded from his sins. Obviously, in English, we don't structure the sentence that way, but this is the way it's structured in Arabic. Saad, clear?
Yes.
Okay. Muttafaqun alayh. Then, Tolga, read. This is Tafsir al-Imam al-Nawawi. Continue.
قوله إيمانا واحتسابا أي
No, I. What's the meaning of I like this?
I don't know.
That is like in English, I.e. Is explanation. Is harf tafsir. Yani you're explaining what you meant by what you said previously. قوله إيمانا واحتسابا أي meaning مصدقا
مصدقا محتسبا.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
محتسبا ثوابه عند الله تعالى.
Yes. All right. So here he tells us قوله إيمانا واحتسابا أي مصدقا محتسبا. So مصدقا, it means, what's the meaning of تصديق? تصديق, what's the meaning of تصديق?
I don't know.
سعد.
Trusting or
Not far from it. تصديق is to declare somebody truthful. Right? Is when, you know, صدقه, he said, yeah, fulan is right, I believe him. Believe somebody like that. Alright? So it's just a synonym for iman, although there's obviously differences in between the two words, and you know there's books written about that. Muhtasiban, it's the ism fa'il of the masdar, right? Because normally when you have a hal, you would express it with the ism fa'il rather than the masdar. Okay, so muhtasiban thawabahu عند الله تعالى, يعني by hoping for the rewards with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All right, any questions on this, ikhwan?
مصدقا هذه محتسبا اسم فاعل.
Yes, it's ism fa'il. When we go back to where was it? Here. طيب. احتسب يحتسب احتسابا. The ism fa'il is محتسب with the following ضبط. محتسب. That's the ism fa'il.
Okay, any meaning difference with hasiba and ihtasaba? Same meaning or?
No. There's a difference, as was mentioned previously. Hasiba yahsabu is obviously close in meaning, but hasiba yahsabu, it has the meaning of calculating or even believing something. أنا أحسبه كذا. I think it's this way. احتسب, that's to expect or to hope something for something. So here in this case,
for any word or like this one come, or if ta'ala, if ta'ila, like this one.
Sorry?
For any fi'l, it will come like this one. Means
Well. No, not any fi'l. Okay. There are different factors that come into play like that in these kind of اشتقاق, يعني extracting the word, derivating words. On the whole, افتعل, the first meaning of افتعل is المطاوعة. It's like making the action upon yourself. Right? For example, غسل is to wash something. اغتسل is to wash yourself. That's the main function of this wasn't right here. افتعل يفتعل افتعالا. Other example is I can't think of anything now.
انتظر.
Yeah, انتظر, that's also complicated from نظر to انتظر. طيب, for example, طيب, it's also a bit of a funny example. ضرب, to beat, to hit. اضطرب, it means to be contradicting yourself. اضطرب is to be confused, contradicted, incoherent, etc. It's like, you know, you're beating your own self up, kind of thing. Right? You know, there's obviously better examples out there, but subhanAllah, right now I can't think of any. Brain is on low capacity at the moment. But anyway, you understand the meaning, Saad, right?
بس جزاك الله.
وإياكم. طيب, any other questions?
No, man.
Alright. Okay, إخوان, إن شاء الله تعالى see you in 2 days. بارك الله فيكم. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. وجزاكم الله خيرا والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
جزاك الله خير وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.